this war of ours. Alphino has reached the decision. I must ask that you not breathe a word of this to any others at the Rising Stones, especially Flamen. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Uranje. He may have insight into what the word told us. Oh, word isn't the word of the mother. As for you, Firemac, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. 'Twould seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort, and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain it in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. Oh yeah, we get to do that part now. That part will be fun. My temperature. Computer. Well, where am I going? Where am I going? I gotta just use the thing. And go to the thing to go into the Forgotten Nights. Can get to the things I could talk to. And it's just short distances covered. Let's see what temperatures my computer's going at. It's not great. Let me just say that. Ah, Master Summers, the Lord Commander left instructions that you were to be shown inside. So his introduction has been... This little message always kind of changes a bit. As compared to the Fort Tom Manor guy.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. Tis nothing. 'Tis nothing. Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in Ishgard, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of Ishgardian and Dravanian territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. It would not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing.
What now?
A drink. We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Oh boy, man, these quests have been getting kind of long. Speak with Lucia, Falcon's Nest. Okay, cool. That we can do. We can do that, no problem. Yes, sirree. Also, I realize I'm running out of time for the day. Man, I really was hoping we could reach Stormblood today, but it doesn't look like it's happening. Had another goal at least in mind, but it looks like that might not happen either if all these quests are this length. The Lord Commander said you would come, Firemac. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The Masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think he will be pleased with the result. 'Twas not my war, but I made it in mine. And to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go rest. I will not keep you. Staunch conviction. Lucia is concerned that you seem to be looking for something to do. If you'd rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest, make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those who have come far and wide to attend the ceremony, you may meet Lords Artoriel and Emmeline, yeah, I got it, Emmeline, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. Emmeline. Redwald. I'm glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Firemac Summers. Or, actually just Summers. Master Summers. And fear not, I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Venufnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador to a peace conference. Attempting to slay a Dravanian ambassador. Gotcha. Lowborn youth. Do you even know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it. By the Fury, me and my friends and family. We all believe he can do it. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all of them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand, we've all got a healthy fear for being bathed in dragonfire. That being said, the heretics did far more than hinder our efforts here in the past. So hearing that we're close to reconciliation comes at a great relief. Also, I just realized that's the one guy I gave like a crazy voice to in the past. And yeah, I totally don't remember that name. I mean, the voice. And it don't matter, he's not an important character. Still here, old boy. This isn't really the time. I will do my utmost to keep him out of trouble, but I may require your assistance later. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me that when we would soon... How much has changed since we fought along each other in the vault? Alongside... Jeez. If you had told me that when we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that a fantasy a reality. Ha, and here I am, laboring to make it so. I don't even remember his voice. I gave him like a more super high-strung voice, but I'm kind of bringing it down since he's kind of also become more a level-headed character. So, Lord Artoirel. Artoirel. Or is it Artoriel? No, it's totally Artoirel. Lord Artoirel, if I may? Certainly, First Commander. How may I be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury take me! They would defy Sir Emeric's commands? If they dare attack Vidofnir! It will not come to that. But to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a Lord of House Fortom present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emmanuel while I'm away? As you know, he has ever been an impulsive, changeable child. But recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights, unless he's taken no interest, and I fear that he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise it will not be long. Staunch conviction. Whom was that Lord Artoirel leaving with the First Commander just now? Once more, a favor. Emmanuel is less than his usual effervescent self. I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy, guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artoirel, I thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not cull the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right, there. Those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come, Honoroy, I must return to my rounds. Oh dear. Do be careful, my lord. KY. Oh, KY. Man, I really wanted to make it to the end of 3.3. But it's seeming like that's not gonna happen. I can just teleport there. Firemac Summers, Wool's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made that arsonist confess. Clever that. Tancred, was it? He was asking after you. Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Jeez, man, why'd you send him so far away? Amanda Lane. Yeah. I don't want to call him a prick, but more like... I don't know, weasel? I can't think of a proper term for him right now. Especially since I'm starting to get a little tired. I was like, what's happening here? I realize people are busy right now. Hopeful Heretic. Stay your weapons, we come in peace! Lady Isar told us of tales of it Ofnir, and if she would trust us in Sir Emmerich, then we too would hear that what he has to say, but the wolves caught us unawares, and were it not for this man, we would have surely died. Fancy meeting you here, Firemac. 'Twas fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest, then, and see what other thrilling task he may have for us. Alright, the Falcon's Nest we go. Alright, at least these quests are getting a little quicker. I mean, those first 3 quests, though, they were like, woo! Feel all of the cutscenes right now. What's up, Thanker? What you got to say? It's always the younger one, every time without fail. How wonderful you found Master Thancred! As ever, I could not help but feel the worst. Woo! And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes, if I ever saw them, comrades at arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice, have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of Ishgard, I thank you both. And with that, there is not left to do but enjoy our well-earned respite. For those we have lost, Emma, I was about to call him Emma. Emanalane seems rather pleased with himself. Oh, and this should should of course this go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Artoriel wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to do, something to eat? Something to do, something... For once, a suggestion which I agree. Go on, Firemac. I will join you anon. What were you doing? We're going straight into cutscene? Okay.
Welcome, welcome. Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks.
Getting a lot of dialogue to a random NPC. Pretty sus.
Afraid food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all.
And when you wouldn't even give Yostola's sister any dialogue. You know, something feels off here.
Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with them.
See? Told you something was sus.
You were right, mother. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest?
My lover? Excuse me, what? You just call me your lover?
After all you've done, I say you're dead. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
You wench.
This was never your fight.
Oh, flashback power activate? Cool.
My son. They told me he walks in Alone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do. Makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? And they bollocks. It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
People who can't let go can't take the change.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping.
Well, sorry, I was really tired, man.
Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter.
She called them Davrarnians or something. There's no R in there, lady.
Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
Damn, a second arrow.
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not.
I never meant for anyone to...
Dude, that's heavy. That's heavy. Oh. I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the First Commander and Lord Atoyrel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with the messenger who said they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Emanalain has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure the order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. My wife and I fell while fleeing with the others at first. The Kyrugians tended to our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? Right. You know, why would I target the person all the way down there? What the heck, man? Spirited Stonecutter. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have a run of the Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Emmerich take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I'll not be taken in by that rot again. Josolo. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough? That their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it? Will there be others like them, and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I even can. Where are you, Thancred? There you are. Well, what say you? So the violence has passed, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by the guards, and the blame for all casualties can be placed squarely upon the protesters. Nevertheless, the people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonated with the hearts of many. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Consequences. Thancred would like nothing more than to leave Falcon's Nest behind. Lord Atoyrel and the First Commander should have returned by now. To the tavern, then. The first order business will be to speak with Lord Emanalain, and I somehow doubt that he has moved in Ilm since last we saw him. Oh, there was other people that talk. Whoops, will I miss that? My apologies, Firemac. I bear full responsibility for this debacle. There will be time for that later. I, for one, am more concerned about picking up the pieces. What do we do now? What do we know? According to initial reports, the protest was orchestrated by the young woman whom Lord Emanalain ordered shot. She and her conspirators infiltrated Falcon's Nest, posing as servants and guests. Several were taken alive, others resisted and were struck down. Still others took their own lives. Our forces suffered casualties as well, but by the grace of the Fury, no civilians were seriously injured. Still, more remarkably, the ringleader yet lives, for the time being at least. The Kyrugians are doing what they can for her, but she may not live through the night. Given their impeccable timing, it is like the convictors who drew us away from their hamlet were in... It is like the convictors who drew us away from the hamlet were in league with the protesters. Accordingly, we have detained them for questioning. I'll be sworn that these villains spent as much effort plotting the failure and this peace conference as we did is a success. Well, if the mood of the hamlet is in any indication, theirs has been more fruitful labors. In the wake of the protest, the people seemed disillusioned. You spoke with him, then? I see. Sir Emmerich placed his trust in me. It will be difficult to explain what has happened here. Remember how far we have come, First Commander. Then the people's faith may be shaken, but we convinced them before, and we will do so again. If we can but find a means to remind them, to show them once more the promise that change holds for all, then this tragedy too shall pass into the past. We must pray that you are right. Nevertheless, for the time being, I have no choice but to suspend the peace conference, pending Sir Emmerich's final decision. Under the circumstances, I cannot leave Falcon's Nest, Firemac. Will you deliver my report to Lord Commander in my stead? Get up, Emmeline. Yeah, did I say that right? Get up, Emmeline. You're going with him. Go on without me. I was not asking. You will answer for your actions. In person. Is that clear? Yes, my lord. Come, Honoroy. Your manservant is not here. In fact, I have not seen him for some time. Honoroy? Honoroy! I could have sworn he was... I too had best remain here for a time. I should hope that the worst has passed, but it is too early to say for certain. Too certain. Once I have determined that my presence is no longer required, I will return to the capital as well. Pray give my regards to the Lord Commander. So, beanie. Huh. Just randos. Search for Honor. I'm actually pretty sure I know where he is, because I actually kind of remember this. He's just over here. Yep. Called it. And he's on the ground. What is wrong, Honoroy? What's wrong, boy? What is wrong, boy?
Onawa!
Onawa. Onawa. Where is the W in that name, sir? Onawa. So this whole time I've been saying it wrong. It's not Honoroy, it's Onawa.
No, no. What have they done to you? Onawa! Onawa!
Onawa.
Is that you, my lord? You seem rather flustered.
Because of you, you imbecile! What in the seven hells happened to you?
My apologies. Some few of the guests expressed a wish to leave, and I implored them to stay. It would seem they took issue with my request.
Oh, gods forgive me. If I had only been more careful with my words.
Do not blame yourself, my lord. I know that you and your brother have Ishgard's best interests at heart. That poor woman. She lives in the past, clinging to the memories of the lost. But the future holds so much promise, so much joy. And you know that better than any.
Onawa?
Calm yourself. The boy will live. But it's imperative we get him inside and into the care of a Kairujin without delay.
Oh, we were so close! Why does it all have to fall to pieces? Don't they want to live in peace? Don't they want to be happy? We all want the same thing, and still it falls to pieces. Tell me, what was I supposed to do? Someone, anyone, tell me, what was I supposed to do?
Stop looking to others. You make your choice and you live with the consequences.
And what would you know about consequences? You who always know just what to say and just what to do. Your every deed is greeted with a round of applause.
Oh boy. Yup. You asked for that one. Ooh.
You know nothing about me. I have fought tooth and nail for the people I hold dear. Done everything in my power to save them. And I have failed. Learn to live with it. I have.
His mouth didn't move for that. His mouth didn't move for that last part there. Yep, and Manolane, yeah, kinda had that one coming, buddy. Had that one coming, buddy. Ugh, can't even speak for myself now. Well, the poor Lord has some growing up to do, so hopefully this will send him in the right direction. I will take him to the Kyrugians. It is the least I can do. I may have overreacted, but it needed to be done. He was becoming hysterical. I understand the desire to look for reasons, for excuses, to convince yourself you had no choice. But the past is the past, and there is not to be gained from reliving your mistakes. I know this. But he... Okay, also, I'm going to do a small recording break.